Does wearing liquid eyeshadow sound intimidating? Well, if it does, then by the end of this video, you will feel more confident, hopefully, of wearing liquid eyeshadow without looking like a disco ball. For more step-by-step tutorials, if you are not already subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. It is free to do, and if you ring the little notification bell, it will make it easier for you to find my videos when I put them up. I put out new beauty-related videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming on back. And I am so excited that I'm going to be bringing you even more tutorials in the future because I have recently just started taking my online makeup course, so I'm very excited about that. I do have dry hooded eyes to let you know what my eye type is, and I did put down the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer, which I really like. I got a sample of it that definitely goes a long way. And then this is the Elf Sugar Cookie palette that I'm going to be working with today. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to take this base color here and kind of set the eye primer with that. For hooded lids, it's very important to have a base down, a primer, a concealer, and something to set it to help it not crease, because since we have the hood, we don't need any more creasing. And this is an Elf eyeshadow C brush. It is a very dense brush, short, so you want something that you can just kind of pack on. So I pat it on and then just kind of brush it. Now I'm going to take, this is a Sigma Duo Fiber Blend. It's the E41. It is a taller brush, a little bit thinner at the top. It has a little bit of give to it. And I'm going to take this color in the center here. Let's see, this kind of tan taupe color. It's a little bit darker than the lightest one in here. And tap that on the brush. And as you can see, it does have a little bit of give when I'm patting it on. I'm just going to tap off the excess, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my eyes, I'm going to kind of pull my eyebrows up so that it's kind of pulling my eye without actually pulling on it, and I'm going to put this color in the crease back and forth. But since I have hooded eyes, if I just left it like that, when I opened, it kind of gets lost in the crease in the hood. So I'm just going to work my way up onto the hood, kind of that part that sticks out here. With this color, I'm not adding anything more, and sweeping it back and forth up into or onto the hood. Just back and forth. Let me do the other eye, and I will not do up onto the hood so you can see the difference. Okay, so this is the same brush, the same color. And so this is if I just put it in the crease and I didn't do that movement to move it up onto the hood. And see how, I mean, you can still see the color, but it just seems like this one, I feel like you get more of that color showing. And the hood, it's still there, but it doesn't look as pronounced. Do you agree that this one looks like, when I look straight on, that the hood isn't as much? So we're just going to do the same thing. I'm going to not add any more color, and I'm just sweeping that brush back and forth up onto the hood. And so when I dip back into the pan, again, I'm going to start at the crease on the outer corner here, instead of just starting up here. Start there and then work my way up. Next, I'm going to take this as a dome blending brush, Sigma E43. So this one is kind of a little bit of a shorter, stockier brush. There's a little bit of give, but not as much as the one that I was using. And then we're going to go into this darker brown. And I'm just going to add a tiny amount to the brush, tap off any excess, and then I'm just going to pat it on. Again, I'm like kind of stretching my eyes with raising my eyebrows, I'm just gonna pat it on the outer corner and kind of blend that towards the center. And just a little up. I'm not adding any more color. Kind of into the crease. Just swiping back and forth. And lightly going up onto the hood. And before I go too much further, I'm going to use this brush. I absolutely love this brush. This is F.A.R.A.H. It was in my Ipsy, I think it was November box. It was either October or November. I'll link that. I'm pretty sure November, actually. I'll link that up above, the unboxing. And there was a kit of brushes. But this brush, yes, this is my favorite one. This is 205 Fly Wings. And see how it's on an angle? And there's not much give to it. And I have other brushes that are on an angle, but none of them perform like this one. I might have to order a backup of this. The kit is the only one that has the silver, but they do have on the website where you can just get this brush, but the handle is different. But this brush is amazing. So it's really good because if you have hooded eyes or downturned eyes, you want to make sure that your shadow is going up. You don't want anything bringing your eye down. So it's good to kind of make sure your shadow's going up. Well, I've tried other brushes and it just didn't work as well, but this one, so I tapped into that dark brown, and then I'm just going to line it up to where the crease corner of my eye is. And whoa, okay, that was a little much. Let me do that over. But you just like flick it up. See, now that I'm trying to do it, I had a little too much color on the brush, so tap it off. Let me do this side. But you just can kind of flip up, and it's not a huge difference, but it like helps you kind of bring your eye up. This one I went a little crazy. That was the first time of using this brush that I've ever like not had it be perfect the first time. But can you see how it like helps bring that eye up? It's just a little thing, but it's amazing. So I feel like I got it a little dark for my eyes, that it kind of is bringing that hood back forward. So now I'm just gonna go back to that brush with the tan color and just kind of lightly go over that just to lighten that up. Again, I'm gonna start in the crease so that I get the majority of the color there and just work my way up. Soften that out. And I feel like right here, see, it's still kind of making that hood pronounced. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take another brush. This is a F.A.R.A.H. large shading. It's very fluffy. And I'm gonna go in with that color that I used as the base, the very light one. And I'm just going to start at the top and kind of, this is no shimmer. You don't want to shimmer up here on your brow bone if you have hooded eyes. And I'm just going to go back and forth just to lighten that up. And I'm going to wipe off the brush so that I'm not getting that dark color, transferring it into the pan again. So we're going to tap it, and then just going to keep doing this until it's where I like it. Okay, and then if you get it a little too much, with hooded eyes, it's a little bit of a process. So now I got it a little too much, so I'm going to go back into that little bit of a darker color, not the dark color, and just sweep that back and forth. And you can just keep layering, blending until it's where you're happy with it. Comment below if you have ever worn a liquid eyeshadow. Give me a yes or no below. We're going to move on to the step to add the liquid eyeshadow. So the color I'm using, this is the Elf Liquid Eyeshadow, and if you want to see all the colors of their new metallic liquid eyeshadow swatched and on my eye swatches, I'll link that video up above here. You can go check that out. This one is color Moon, and that is what it looks like. So what I have found is the easiest is, instead of applying, a lot of times I try to apply this right on, and you get, it's depending on the look you want. If you want a really Pam in your face like that metallic, then right on your eyelid is, you get the most coverage. But I've also been researching expiration dates and what happens when makeup is expired, and the more that you can keep these applicators, I find, away from your face, use a brush that you can wash, is the better. And by doing it this way, you also have a little bit more control over it, and you're getting a lighter layer, because you can always build up. It's better with liquid, I find, to apply light layers and build if you need to. So I'm going to put it on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to take, this is a Sigma Cut Crease E62 brush, but really any kind of like concealer brush or anything that's just flat and tight and not a lot of give. And then we're going to pick that up, and you want to look down, and we're going to pat that on and then blend it towards the center. And then I'm just going to use the edge of this brush just to kind of blend it up a little bit. And we're going to then do the other eye, and you want to make sure that you let it dry completely before opening your eyes fully. That's why I kind of look like this, because otherwise it will crease and it'll transfer. And I'm using the side of the brush to blend out and up that didn't have the majority of the product on. You can skip this step if you want, but sometimes when I put it on, if I find that I want a little bit more, if you have a kind of powdered shadow that is a similar shade, you can just apply that with your finger over this, just to kind of help like set it down a little bit, and it just gives a little bit extra. And now what we want to do is, I like to do eyeliner and mascara and then relook at my shadows and see if I need to do any more blending or add anything anywhere else. So for eyeliner, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Liner Eyeliner. It came in the vault that I got, that I bought during the Black Friday sale. Again, if you want to see that unboxing, I'll link that video up above and down below. But first impressions, I definitely want to use this more, because first impressions, this was so easy to get just a tight line. If you have hooded eyes, since you don't have a lot of space, you want to make sure you get as tight of a line as possible, because you don't want it taking up your valuable lid space. And I'm not going all the way to the edge, almost, but I find that sometimes if I go all the way to the edge, if I'm not doing a lower lash line, which a lot of times I don't, because I find it kind of makes my eyes look smaller, or doing a winged, and then I find if I go all the way to the edge, I mean it's like really close, but if I go all the way to the edge, I feel like then it kind of brings my eye down. And I don't like, for me personally, kind of how it's like a harsh edge there. So I'm just going to take, this is a really small brush. It's a DuCare number 26. See, it's just really tiny, not a lot of give. And I'm going to go with that Elf, the shimmer shade that I used my finger to apply over the liquid. And I'm just going to kind of pat that on where the eyeshadow, or I mean the eyeliner at the end there. See how it's just kind of like a harsh line? I just kind of like if you kind of blend that. It's not really blending the eyeliner, but it's kind of just making it not so harsh there. So for mascara, I'll do that off camera. I'm using Bobbi Brown, and then I will finish my face, come back, and we will see if I need to adjust anything on my shadow. Here is the finished look, and I think that it looks pretty good. I don't think I need to add anything more to the eyeshadow. What do you think? And I will have everything that I'm wearing on my face listed down below. Just went with a nude lip, the Yves Saint Laurent. Love, love, love it. One of my favorite lipsticks. I braided my hair last night after I washed it, and so I feel like I got that 80s vibe going. And I am excited, as you saw from the title, we do have a giveaway. So this is Face Natur. They sent this over for me to give to one of you. This video is not sponsored, but they did provide the product for this giveaway. It is 3 items, and I did do an in-depth video of each of these items going over the brand. I will link that up above. If you're interested in more about them, I highly suggest that you go watch that video. And all the details to enter will be down in the description box. Face Natur, they are natural, and they're made right here in the US, in Utah. I'm not in Utah, but I am in the US, and they're organic, natural ingredients. The founder, Bridget, is a certified holistic herbalist. It is recommended that these products be used within 12 months after ordering. And what you're going to get is, this is the Hemp and Shea Bar Soap. This is vegan, made with organic plant oils, and it is palm oil free. So you're going to get the soap, and the next thing is the Herbal and Thyme Active Toner. And this is in a spray format. The reason that she does a spray format is so that you're not getting any of the preservatives or anything that's sprayed or added onto the cotton in the cotton fields. You're not getting that intermixed with these ingredients in here. You're just able to get the pure benefit of the ingredients right onto your skin. This is a 2 ounce, which that retails for $24. You will also get the Vital Botanical Serum, and this retails for $75. And it just feels so soft, so just not greasy or anything onto your skin. And I really like these. I am using them. I did take a break. I like to, when I'm trying out and using skincare, you know, we're always looking like, ooh, is this something better? So sometimes I like to use it and then I take a break to see, okay, could I really, I felt like I could tell a difference, but am I telling a difference? And when I stopped using these for a little bit, you may have noticed in some videos, my 11 lines are starting to kind of come back, so now I've started to use these again. For me, that's what I like to do with skincare, because then I feel like you really know truly that that is what is making the difference. Yay! One of you will win these 3 items. Thank you so much to Bridget over at Face Natur for sending these out. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure one of you will appreciate it. If you want to enter, again, the details will be down in the description box, and it is not required to be entered, but I would love to have you join me over on my Facebook page. I have created a Staci Lee Beauty Facebook group, which I hope to grow, and I plan on sharing if there's any sale items or tutorial looks or just anything beauty related, and hopefully we can have more conversations over there. So I will also leave that link down below if you want to head on over there and join that community. If you would like to see more skincare videos or more tutorials, you can click on either of the videos that is popping up on the screen now. If you like this video, I hope that you will hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already, and share this with your friends. Thanks for watching. Bye.